All right, y'all, I'm at the top of Springer Mountain. It's a little windy and there's a lot of people. There's a view. Started about 10 a.m. today, about 37 degrees. Probably not gonna get too much warmer than that today, so got the rain jacket on for a little reprieve from the wind. Just gonna do a little thing here. There's lots of people. Lots of people. But that's great. Everybody's getting out here. Everybody's enjoying it. Talked to a couple hikers already, looking at a lot of folks are gonna be at the Hawk Mountain shelter. So I may just go to the Hawk Mountain campsites, which is a little bit before the shelter, but that'll be, I think, an 8.7 mile day, something like that. 8.4 mile day, something around there as far as my first day. So that seems good enough for me. And hopefully I can get a tent site. And yeah, so let's get to hiking. All right, y'all, left Springer Mountain Trailhead. I am on the AT. It's been a long time coming, but I just want to break one of my rules real quick and educate you. Sorry about the wind. It is windy today, woo! But for anybody watching this video who intends to do a through hike, or even a day hike even, where you're going to be traveling to the top of Springer Mountain to the trailhead there. So my mom's 4-door sedan, it's a little low riding Beamer, BMW, you know, we were fine. So not necessarily something you need a 4-wheel drive for. I think that's not something that's highlighted by anybody. The road definitely will take a long time to get there, and you will have to drive slowly. I think it's 14 miles on the Forest Service Road. That should take you about 45 minutes. That should put in perspective of how slow you should be going. Of course, because of the divots and everything, the rain will wash a little bit of the road away. But now I'm rambling, so. Anyway, I'm on the AT. I'm hiking. Gonna go to Stover Creek and do a little lunch break. Get some of that dry ramen in me. Get some of that good salt. And, well, we're going to keep on hiking. So I'll show you along the way what I find. Hello again. Now I'm at Stover Creek shelter. Looks like there's nobody planning on staying the night here just yet. And I'm planning on moving on, just doing a little lunch break here. Got the dry ramen out and some Jack Link's sausage, something or others. The wind has died down just a little bit, so that's nice. Everybody out here is so friendly. I just love it out here. Nice and sunny day. I think the high is supposed to be in the 60s, but I don't know if in the mountains it'll get that warm. But sun's out, hikers are out. Let's do it. All right, y'all. Left Stover Creek a little while ago, had some good conversation there. Dry ramen lunch was nice. Drank a bunch of water. Probably already drank about over 2 liters of water today. And that's not enough for me, but I'll be cameling up later tonight, getting some electrolytes in. But right now, we're gonna do a little creek crossing here. This is, I think, the third little part of this creek that I have today, and I've already seen a snake. I don't know what kind of snake it was, but it looked pretty scary, so I steered clear. The waterfall! Hello again. Apologies if the wind makes it difficult to hear. I will try to speak loudly and clearly. It is windy. Woo! It has been windy all day. But that's not the biggest complaint I have. The biggest complaint I have is a weird one, and that's this: there's a lot of hikers out here, and I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to be able to stay. It's about 4:30 right now. Got about 3 hours of good sunlight left. I am, let's just say, less than a half a mile from the Hawk Mountain campsites. 31 tent sites there, which will rapidly be taken by hikers. And then there's only a few spots at the shelter that you can put a tent up, just because of how the vegetation is. And then, well, I imagine there's going to be a fair amount of people that'll be in the shelter. So I'm going to kind of glance over as I walk by at those tent sites and see how it looks first. But I may end up having dinner at the shelter and then going on just about another quarter mile to a gap, which will be out of the wind. And, well, I won't have to fight for tent sites because there should be plenty, but I digress. It's a guessing game until we get there. So I will show you what happens. Okay, hello and welcome to my home for the night. Campsite number 4 at the Hawk Mountain campsites. If you head down the trail there that you can barely see, you can get to the water, and there's some privies, or there's a privy, 3 bear boxes. The wind has died down, which is good. So, sort of after everything, I decided to go ahead and make it a short day. And by that I mean exactly what I had planned to do originally. So I did 8.4 total miles hiking today, which is only 7.4 on the actual trail. I had to hike up to Springer Mountain and then started my hike officially, headed Nobo on the AT. So, to wrap it up for night 1, I'd say that I am thankful for trail runners. There's 2 trail runners running around out here right now. One woman, Moxie, who's very knowledgeable and actually suggested these sites because it would be a little warmer and out of the wind. And apparently there's a big party at the shelter right now because everybody's there. So fortunately it's a little quieter here, which is nice. So I'm gonna get some dinner, probably end up with some mashed potatoes or something like that. And yeah, that about wraps it up. I'd say the only negative thing is that a concern that I have is going to be that my rainfly on my tent actually seems to be kind of deteriorating just a little bit. The tape that secures the areas where they stitch, just to keep a little less water from trickling in, that tape is starting to deteriorate. So I don't know if I just need to get a new one and say screw it, or if it'll work, but the wind is back. So good night everyone, stay tuned.